The first screenplay that I got was written by Liz Hannah, and it was really centered on Katharine Graham and the event of the publication of the Pentagon Papers, what part the Post played in that. And it was unusual because it was focused on her. I was familiar with the stories about the Washington Post from Alan Pakula's All the President's Men, where she made a brief but fleeting appearance. And I really didn't know very much about her. Nora Ephron had told me that her autobiography was one of the great books of that part of the century, and that I should read it. And Liz's script sort of had a flavor of that time. I've found incredibly compelling, and a story not told. Early in her life, she was not the confident Katharine Graham that people came to know as the first head of a Fortune 500 company. You know, she was someone very unsure of herself and not born to manage a major company, and also she was the product of her time, where women weren't expected to do much outside the realm of good works, good child raising and household keeping. It's hard to really imagine how different that time was unless you lived through it, and I did. So I was on the cusp of the rising opportunities for women, and I certainly benefited from many of them. But she was in the vanguard of all of that and was not completely comfortable with taking the reins of leadership. One of the things that I think is the strongest about this film is the beauty of it, because it's a film that takes place in offices and at dinner parties, and how to make that interesting is what Janusz has brought. How to make that compelling and, in a way, propulsive, to make the story so you can't wait to see what happens next. I think that just how he's arranged where to be, I think that's Stephen, obviously. But together they work seamlessly, those two. They see with the same pair of eyes. And he's quite a character, Janusz. I've never worked with him. I knew him just from having dinner, I think, a couple of times. And he was a wild man, but he's so focused and inventive. I think he's done us a great favor, all of us actors.